Hello and welcome to Spoken English Studies. This week we are going to look at the difference between shout and scream. Both words are used in connection with the sound and pitch coming from our voices. Both words are also used when we are increasing the volume of our voices. Shout is used to simply make one's voice louder. Depending on the context of the situation, shout can also be used to express strong emotions or strong opinions. We also use shout when we want to call out or exclaim with the fullest volume of our voice. So for example, if you see a friend walking down the street that is quite far away from you, you cannot simply say, "Hey, how are you?" You would have to shout the person's name to grab their attention. Let's look at scream. Scream concentrates on the pitch and the volume of the voice as well. But with scream, we do not always need words. So sometimes it's just simply to make a loud, high-pitched sound. For example, "Ah!" This would be a scream. A scream doesn't always need to convey a meaning or words, or it doesn't always need to be articulated. But with shout, we always need to use words. Scream also conveys emotion, a very, very strong emotion. So if you are excited, exhilarated, fearful, terrified, frightened, very angry, furious, all of these emotions can be conveyed through different types of screams. Another word that we can use instead of shout is yell. This word is a synonym of shout and can be used interchangeably most of the time. The main difference between shout and yell is usually we use yell or yelling when somebody is conveying the emotion anger. So we have shout is at one level, the next level up is yell. It is more intense, you are more angry, and then scream is again more intense and more angry. Now let's look at some examples to show you the difference. "I'll see you tomorrow," Jane shouted over the loud music. Simply, Jane needed to let the person know that she was leaving and needed to make her voice louder. The next example, "Will you turn the TV volume down? My mum yelled at me." As you can see by the context, the person's mother wants him or her to turn the TV volume down. It is conveying anger. She is not happy about the volume being extremely loud. And the last one, "A spider landed on her arm and Beth screamed in fear." So imagine if a spider lands on your arm and you're very scared of spiders, you won't be like, "Oh, okay, there's a spider, I need to get it away." You will scream, "Ah, please get the spider off me, ah!" Lastly, I want to look at some examples that shows different emotions. So I have given the same context for each example, but each example will show variance in the emotion we want to get across. So the first one, "My ankle hurts," shouted Jim. This means that Jim was in some pain, but maybe it wasn't too bad. "My ankle hurts," screamed Jim. This means Jim was in severe or very extreme pain because he is screaming. The next example, "I love this band," shouted Sarah. She's excited, she likes the band. But if she said, "I love this band," screamed Sarah, that would be extremely excited. So instead of just, "Oh, I love this band," it would be more like, "Ah, I love this band." As you can tell, extreme excitement. And the last example, we can show 3 different variants. So the first one, "I can't believe you have ruined my favourite top," Jane shouted at her sister. As you can tell, she's probably quite angry. Second one, "I can't believe you have ruined my favourite top," Jane yelled at her sister. Because we have changed the word to yelled, this shows that Jane's emotion is higher than quite angry. Now she is very angry. And the last one, if we change the word to Jane screamed at her sister, this shows and conveys extreme emotion. So Jane is extremely angry in this instance. We also can use shout in a very informal way. So, for example, in British English, we can use shout to explain that it's a person's turn to buy all of the drinks. So, for example, if there's a group of you in a bar and I could say, oh no, don't worry, it's my shout. So my shout simply means I will buy drinks for everyone. This is in a very informal, colloquial way. We can also use shout to say to someone else, I will buy you a drink. So instead of me saying, oh, hey Jeff, do you want me to buy you a drink? We can say, hey Jeff, don't worry, I'll shout you a beer. Simply means I will buy you a beer. Thank you for your time. I hope you've enjoyed this video as usual. Please press like, please comment if you want to, and subscribe for more videos. Every Wednesday there will be a new video on confusing words.